another dimension inside us, which is not growing. Growth takes place in it and is perceived in it and by it, but does not affect it. This is why you are able to perceive subtle things, and you're going to see that you're perceiving and have the capacity to perceive a lot broader than we presently do. Everything that you see, even the most subtle things, like there are thoughts and sensations which have no name yet, but you perceive them because of the subtlety of consciousness. You perceive them. There are some feelings you are not able to really put any name to them. You are the perceiver of them. Subtle thought, sensation, imagery, feeling, projections, discriminative powers, the power to discriminate between fantasy and actuality. All these things, a capacity nobody taught you. It simply arises within your own consciousness. This is the marvelousness of the consciousness, the root consciousness. The root consciousness is there, whether it is identified with the body and the body's characteristics or conditioning or not. One of the great steps of spiritual discovery is when we are able to recognize the sense I am without combining it with any other thought or feeling. It's as though you sieve it out, and so only the feeling I am remains, without connecting with other concepts. But because this was begun early in the childhood of one lifespan, it seems very strongly embedded in the consciousness. I am the body, I am a woman, I am a man. In the beginning, for many people, there is no aspiration, there is no desire to go beyond this belief, which seems like it's an unchallenged fact that I am a woman. It seems sometimes more loud than I am consciousness. But first you had to be consciousness before you had the thought you're a woman or you're a man. Do we understand this or not? Okay. Before any understanding came, the first understanding must be, I am. I exist. No other knowledge is more important than the conscious knowing, I am. Only when the idea, I am the body, I'm a man, and so on come, along with our cultural conditionings, our religious conditioning, political conditioning, comes the pressure to perform according to our cultural norms and traditions and so on. So the most important thing is to understand what this I am is, because it's not enough. You say I am, everyone says I am, but few understand what I am is. And it feels, why the need to understand? And the reason why we ask why the need to understand is because it feels sufficient enough that I know I'm a man, I'm a woman. What more do we want from the life? I know I'm a man. I never question, never doubt if I'm a man and maybe I'm a woman or something. Why should I say, who am I? Why would he even bother with this? So this question is not going to have a universal appeal in the beginning for many people. It's only somewhere along the line, and even with many religious people, spiritual people who've been practicing for many years, it may not be a path that they're aware of. They still feel, I am a servant of God, I'm a pilgrim, I am a Muslim, I'm a Christian. They use the same I am, and we say, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm Hindu, I'm atheist, or so on. But what does it really mean? I am is what? Because most people, they don't understand. They say, I am is me, the person. I am is the person, me. I am a Christian. I'm Muslim. And it seems it's enough. You see, why would we go further than this? Isn't that enough of a fact? Isn't enough of a fact to say, I'm a Jamaican, I am, 42 years old, I am this thing. because it's accepted everywhere. It's your credit card. It's accepted everywhere. This one. No one ever challenges it. But it is put now. When you say I, what do you take your I to be? Because, as I said before, it is written, God says, I am. I am. But the devil also says, I am. The ego also say, I am. Even a mosquito believes, I am. Everything feels. Life says, I am, inside the farm or something like that, no? So we are just trying to see, which I am are you speaking from when you say, I am? And if you listen keenly, you'll see almost always, go to any restaurant, sit down quietly, listen to conversations, I did this, and see when people speak as I, what are they referring to? And you'll soon see it is, I am this body, I am this person, I am my conditioning. That is as far as we go. It will not be enough to recognize the truth on such a flimsy assumptions. It's very important to understand what I am actually is experienced inside this body when you say I am. And we are going to go now into that. I want you first to understand the difference between an assumption, because mostly we are learning from second-hand concepts that's handed down to us that we have never challenged. We just, like a child can learn to speak a language without understanding what the real meaning is, just by growing up in that environment. We use words, we have a sense of what they mean. We have a sense of when you say I, what it means. It means me. And beyond this me sense, no one looks further into this me sense. What is me? Who am I? Again, why? Because nobody wants to know particularly. If you look deeper than that, people think you're a freak. If you look more deeply, then, who are you? Well, my name is so-and-so and so. I'm a 23-year-old woman from Brazil. I studied here at this academy. I did this, blah, 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 blah. And I am applying for this job. Nobody goes further than this to question you. You see? This is all you need. This is your password to be a visible being in this world. To enter the game of transacting and interacting with other beings. It's only enough to know your gender, date of birth, study, what you have done, experience. Boom, it's enough. Here we are proceeding more deeply. When you say I, what does it mean? And this is the birth of inquiry. The inquiry looks at, when we all say I, what is the implication of I? It is not merely a mental study or a mental exploration or psychological or intellectual. It is a research, an exploration into the living truth of what we are. You see?